Hello and welcome to your 9 p.m. daily quiz. I hope all of you are doing good. I welcome you all to this session where we discuss the most important news stories for the day from the prelims examination point of view from multiple sources such as the Hindu, the Indian Express, Down to Earth, PIB. I hope all of you have been following this series and have been attending all the classes. In case you have missed out on any of the earlier classes, all that you need to do is visit the description of the video. You'll find a link of the playlist of the 9 p.m. daily quiz and you can watch all the earlier classes. If you want the PDF of these lectures, you can join my Telegram channel. On a weekly basis, I upload the PDFs there so you can revise there also. If you're new here, please do hit the subscribe button as well to get recommendations and updates about the new videos on my channel. I also am running a lot of other courses on my own Android app, including the PSIR test series, the PSIR live online classes, and many other personal mentorship programs for prelims and for mains answer writing. You can check them out by downloading the application from the description of the video. Let's begin then with the first question. Consider the following statements with regards to helium. Number one, helium has a very high boiling point, allowing it to remain a gas even in super cold environments, which is important since many rocket fuels are stored in that temperature range. Second, helium's small atomic size and low molecular weight mean its atoms can escape through small gaps and seals in storage tanks and fuel systems. Third, since there is very little helium in the Earth's atmosphere, leaks can be easily detected. How many of these are correct? Now, helium, as you know, is used extensively as one of the fuels in rockets all around the world because of its peculiar application and peculiar qualities. First, it has a very high boiling point. No, it's actually the opposite. It has a very low boiling point. And that is why it can actually boil and get converted into a gas. That is why it remains a gas even in super cold environments. So it has a very low boiling point. Second, helium has a low atomic size, means the atoms can escape through small gaps. This is correct. Third is also correct. One of the good parts about helium is that if it starts to leak from the rocket, you can detect it easily because it does not get mixed up with the other gases in the atmosphere. Because in the Earth's atmosphere, you hardly have any other helium source. Thus, the answer here is B. Two of the three given statements here are correct. The first one here is wrong. Indian Express carries this article today about what is helium and why is it used in the rockets. It is in the context of the Falcon 9 rocket, which undertook the Polaris Dawn mission of SpaceX company. SpaceX Polaris Dawn mission has finally been launched on Tuesday. It was delayed due to helium issues on the ground equipment. Next, question number 2. Consider the following statements with regards to the Andaman Islands. Number 1. As per an inscription found at Thanjavur dated 1050 CE, the Cholas referred to the island as Ma Nakkavaram land, that is great or open naked land, which possibly led to the modern name of Nicobar under the British. Second, the revolt of 1857 resulted in a large number of prisoners from the British, prompting the immediate renovation and resettlement of Port Blair as a penal colony. Third, Port Blair was earlier named as Port Cornwallis. How many of these are correct? Now, this is in the context of the government of India announcing a change in the name of Port Blair. That is why it is important to learn about the history of this place, that is Port Blair. Port Blair is named after the British surveyor who surveyed this island, whose name was Mr. Blair, and that is why it was called Port Blair. Before that, the island was called Port Cornwallis. First part is also correct. It was used by the Cholas as a kind of a base so that they could attack far off places, undertake their army expeditions, or sorry, navy expeditions, and that is why it's important. Second is also correct. The British made use of this as a kind of an open air prison for the prisoners that they took in the 1857 revolt. The answer thus is C. All the three given statements here are correct. In the next few days, you will see a lot of articles on this topic, what the history of Port Blair. Do read a few of them so that you can get an idea about what are different types of questions that can be asked. This is the article from the Indian Express newspaper about Port Blair and its historical connection to the Chola conquest of Sri Vijaya. As you know, Port Blair will be renamed as Sri Vijayapuram. That is what the government has just announced. Next, question number 3. Consider the following statements with regards to the Lokpal. Number 1. Lokpal and Lokayukta handle complaints against ministers and top government officials. Second, it was former Law Minister Dr. L.M. Singh who first proposed a concept of a constitutional ombudsman in Parliament in early 1960s. Third, Ashok Kumar Sen coined the term Lokpal and Lokayukt in 1963. How many of these are correct? Now, this is in the news because Lok Sabha Member of Parliament Mahua Moitra has filed a complaint to the Lokpal against the SEBI chief because of all the allegations that have been made against her as her role in SEBI and earlier her role in different banks where she used to work. With that in mind, the concept of Lokpal again has become relevant. First is correct. The Lokpal can register complaints against the ministers, including the Prime Minister also, and top government officials. Second is wrong. It was actually Ashok Kumar Sen. It was Ashok Kumar Sen who first proposed this concept. Now, India is not the first country to have this. Many other countries have a similar kind of a concept, like Sweden, Singapore, etc. Third is also correct. It was Dr. L.M. Singhvi who coined the term. So, the idea that we should have this post came from Ashok Kumar Sen. The term Lokpal Lokayukt were coined by L.M. Singhvi. So, second and third both are correct. Both are wrong, rather. The answer here is A. Out of the three, only one statement here is correct. As the news tells you, Mahua Moitra files complaint against SEBI chief with the Lokpal. The Lokpal complaints, by the way, can be filed online. There's a Lokpal portal which is easily accessible to everyone. Lokpal must within 30 days refer to CBI or ED, a preliminary investigation, and then a full FIR inquiry. Next, question number 4. Consider the following statements with regards to monkeypox or mpox. Number 1. Bavarian Nordic's mpox vaccine has become the first one to be approved by the WHO for containing the spread of mpox. Second, the Bavarian Nordic vaccine, known as Genesis in the US, was originally approved as a chickenpox shot. Third, children are particularly vulnerable to monkeypox. How many of these given statements are correct? Now, in the past few days, monkeypox cases have been increasing, including a case in India as well. That is why monkeypox and the vaccines about it are extremely relevant. WHO has been criticized for delaying this issue, but mostly because, and the allegation is that because it is affecting the African countries and not European countries, maybe that is why they delayed it. But all these things aside, the WHO finally has given approval to the first vaccine. The first one is correct. Second is partly correct. It is known by different names in different countries, but it was actually first approved as smallpox shot, not chickenpox. So the vaccine has been in existence for some time now. It was used for smallpox. Third one is correct. Children are considered to be much more vulnerable to fall ill and catch monkeypox. Thus, the answer here is 2 of these are correct. That is B. The second statement here is wrong because in the place of chickenpox, there had to be smallpox. This is the article in the Hindu newspaper. WHO clears Bavarian Nordics short for monkeypox. Next, we have question number 5. The Kavli prizes are awarded in astrophysics, nanoscience, neuroscience, biochemistry, outer space. The Kavli prizes are awarded in which of these fields? Now, this is not a recent news. It was in the news a few weeks back. So take it as a kind of a revision for you. Kavli Prize are considered to be a parallel to the Nobel Prize for some of those categories which are not recognized by Nobel as such. The answer here is astrophysics, nanoscience, and neuroscience. So 1, 2, and 3. These are the 3 categories which are recognized under the Kavli Prize and not the last 2. As I said, it was in the news a few weeks back. Here is an article from the Indian Express website. The Kavli Prize, which mirrors Nobel in the field of astrophysics, neuroscience, and nanoscience. It is named after Norwegian-American businessman and philanthropist Fred Kavli. This was awarded a few weeks back. To end the session, once again, I have an important infographic for you and I want to share with you important pieces of information about Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. As you know, the government of India has been trying to find out ways to supplement farmers' income. One of the things that they're doing in this regard is to give a push towards fishing activities in India, fisheries in India. This has started in the form of Blue Revolution scheme being launched, and then all these initiatives were taken, finally culminating into Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana in 2020-21. The government has also offered Kisan Credit Card facility to fish farmers through the Department for Fisheries, etc. There are multiple components of these schemes that are under centrally sponsored sector schemes. Some of the outcomes of the scheme include these. These are some of the numbers shared by the Government of India. How many ice plants, cold storages have been set up? How many biofloc units have been set up, replacement boats, etc., made by the government? All this is extremely relevant and important for the mains examination. This brings us to the end of the session for today. I hope you learned something new. If you did, do hit the like button and share it with your friends as well. Do join me tomorrow for the next session. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye. Jai Hind.